Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to a new vlog. Today's vlog is starting with a no context Shake Shack. I'm keeping an eye out for it. I think I might have just spotted it. Hold that thought. I'm getting my Shake Shack and then we'll chat. I have secured the goods. So we have got a Shake Shack in Oxford, which is officially my closest Shake Shack. Just for a little bit of balance, I feel like every vlog lately has been super healthy recipes and me chatting about nutrition. So just to balance things out, we have got pistachio milkshake. I have not tried the Shake Shack pistachio milkshake yet. Apparently it's sensational. And then we've got a box of heavenly goods. Oh my goodness me. 2 cheese sauces, because quite frankly one is never enough. The only thing with delivery was I couldn't find where to add ketchup. Luckily it's not the end of the world for me not to have ketchup. I got 2 crinkle cut fries. Again, one is just never enough. And then I got, this is hilarious, a double cheeseburger, which is completely smashed up to smithereens, but it's all going to get completely smushed up in my tummy anyway, so I don't really mind. Right, I'm going to sit and enjoy this, and then I will report back. Okay, 20 minutes later and I'm defeated. I could not manage all the chips and all the cheese sauce, unfortunately, but I did manage to smash all the burger. I was a little bit let down by the lack of ketchup. Didn't think I'd miss it, didn't think I was a mega, like, kind of person that needs ketchup in every meal, but turns out you do need the sweetness of the ketchup because I feel like a giant ball of cheese right now. I don't actually know why I'm giving you a Shake Shack update, but there we go. I think a lot of you know my love for Shake Shack, so many of you messaged me when you saw that Shake Shack was opening in Oxford. They didn't put a straw in here, so I'm gonna just slurp the milkshake. This is gonna be a little first impressions. Kind of slimy. I don't know if I want my milkshake to be slimy. I can see where they're going with this, but there's something a bit weird about the consistency, and it's almost not pistachio-y enough. Oh, it's a shame. I'm actually a bit disappointed. Do you know what? I'm really not a fan of that. I think what they've done is they've almost blitzed the pistachio. It's like they've shaved it. So instead of there being nice nutty chunks of pistachio, it's like shavings, but where they've been sat in the milkshake, they've just gone soggy. So it's like weirdly chewy when you're expecting a crunch, and there's not enough pistachio flavour in there. I'm the kind of person where if I have a glass of wine or a burger or a milkshake, I know that they're not good for you, so I will only really eat it if it's really worth it. Like, is it worth the badness? And to me, this is just not worth it. So I'm actually gonna ditch this, which is a real shame because we all know how much I love pistachio, but never mind. I'm sure Charlie will drink it. So there we go. This is the most random and like most not on brand start to a vlog ever. But I just had to share my Shake Shack experience with you. So there we go. Deliveroo Shake Shack Oxford. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 because I've had better. But am I glad to have a Shake Shack nearby? Yes, I am. Okay, we are back home again, and the treats don't really get any healthier because Charlie picked these up from Daylesford. So we're gonna have, we thought we would just test them out, just make sure they're okay.
Yeah, I think that's probably sensible. Here.
It's important that they get tested. What's this?
These are for Lala.
Lala. Some
energy support. And then this is the same brand as the tea that I gave you that you love, Zen Matri.
It's Recovery.
Would love to work with them because it's a really nice brand.
Recovery is the tea.
Okay, and this is called Deep Sleep, so it's a food supplement, so you take it if you're not sleeping very well.
Thank you. Yeah. And what's in these? Energy support.
There's the energy support, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, anyway,
Isn't that
the
what
reason
she
that I just turned the camera on is because Lala has an unboxing to share with us
I
all.
have.
Careful not to show your address, and I'll sort out the hot cross buns while you
Okay.
share your unboxing.
I'm sharing. Can you see me? Yes, you can, darling.
Let's tilt it down a little bit.
Okay, I've only got little legs.
Oh, that's too low. Oh, hang on, not that little.
Just stab myself.
You want to explain to everybody what you're unboxing?
So yes, I just noticed online an offer for so many free coins to commemorate King Charles III.
Aww.
And mine has arrived. I think it was free, but all you had to do, it's not that at all. I'm very disappointed.
What is it?
It's 20 sedum albium rooted cuttings that I ordered off eBay.
You ordered cuttings on eBay?
Yeah, because do you know where I'm going to put them? In
Where?
that white metal pot that's down in my wilderness garden.
Okay.
And they'll sort of droop over the sides.
Someone has just gone into their garden and taken cuttings of their flowers and sent them to you via eBay.
No, I think it's actually I think it's a garden centre or something.
All right.
But it was cheap as chips, and I thought, well, in for a penny, in for a pound, you know, let's go for it. But I'm very disappointed that it wasn't.
Me too.
Wasn't my.
So what is your
No, actually, it is here, but it's in the other bin box, the other parcel box.
Oh right, okay. Well, Charlie.
So
will
we
probably
could
come
do
back
that. We could do take two in a
with it.
minute.
Stay tuned.
Yes.
For an unboxing.
Yes,
a little bit
absolutely.
later.
But these little sedum albium rooted cuttings are they're like ground cover, and they have a pretty little star-like flower in the springtime. And I thought they would look rather nice in that. What do I want to call it?
Pot.
A pot. It's a pretty pot that we actually used at Josie and Charlie's wedding, and then we didn't know where to put it, so we've left it as though it's been abandoned and it's on a bit of a tilt in my wilderness garden. And I thought, I can't put pretties in there because they wouldn't be, would they?
No.
So these, because I've got 20 of them, I'll just plant them and they'll take over this whole pot. They will look quite pretty.
Jolly good.
So that's what they are.
I love that we thought that was going to be the
I know.
king's coin, and it was some plant cuttings. That is hilarious. Right.
Moving swiftly on.
Moving swiftly on. Okay, you've got your energy support, and you've got your whatever potion deep sleep that Charlie's recommended.
That's quite nice.
Oh, sorry, my sweet one. Dickie's really under my feet today. We also had a delivery from the Heritage Organic Seed Company. I did an order from them the other day because I saw they shared that one of their most popular seeds that they'd sold in February was edamame. And I didn't even know that you could grow edamame in the UK, did you?
No, I don't think I did.
No, so I've got some edamame, and then I've got 2 other kinds of pea and a dwarf French bean. So that was my little seed haul. And somebody else that I was following on Instagram, I can't remember who now, maybe even Hugh Richards, he was saying that these are the tastiest tomatoes to grow.
Honeycomb.
Honeycomb tomato.
Weren't they free on Gardener's World?
Were they? Well, I've just bought these.
I'll have a look because I have got some upstairs. Because
Oh.
Char bought me Gardener's World, bless him, and it had the 2 free seeds on. I'm not sure. I'd like to know.
Oh, well, maybe we'll have loads of honeycomb tomatoes.
Yay.
But there we go. But I'm not going to plant these until middle of March.
Yeah.
Dickie.
What's the matter, baby boy?
Right, how are these hot cross buns
Oh,
looking?
they smell lovely.
We'll give them a few more seconds.
Mm.
Jolly good. So there we go. Afternoon snack and little unboxing. We've been down at the garden and we've collected the next round of posts for today, and we think we actually have the thing that we wanted to unbox earlier.
We do.
So now you can share your royal gift with everybody. How did you find out about this?
I don't know. I saw it probably on Instagram or something.
Instagram?
Probably.
Oh no. Oh, it's all attached.
Oh.
That's weird.
Oh.
Should we just rip it?
Heck. Oh, no, hang on. Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
here we are. Here it is. Wow.
Wow.
That's very nicely presented, isn't it?
Cute.
No, all I had to pay, I mean, it's minuscule, but it's a memento, isn't it? Look.
Lovely. Show the other side. So
On
it's
the
like
other
a other side of the. So it's a coronation coin, is it? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Let's read it, shall we?
Yeah.
The coronation of His Majesty King Charles III. And then a lot of media stuff, propaganda stuff. You can then go and get the gold-plated version.
Ear.
Lots of explanations. Operation Gold Orb.
Will you be a philatelist?
That advert.
What is the coin collector called?
I don't know what a coin collector is, but a philatelist is a stamp collector, aren't they?
She's into philately, you know.
That was an advert, wasn't it? For PG Tips, I think. And two monkeys or chimpanzees or whatever they were knitting and gossiping, and then somebody came out of a house and said, "She's into philately, you know." So it was something like pornography or something.
And it's stamp collecting.
It's one of those phrases that's sort of stuck in our vocabulary, hasn't it, sadly?
Well, there you go. There's your lovely commemorative coin.
I think it's just a nice thing. Something. And considering it was only cost me £2.50 for the postage, I'm a happy bunny.
You might be able to stick it on eBay and get £4.50 for
You
it.
never know.
You never know.
You never know.
Wonderful.
If times gets hard,
then you can start digging up clippings from the garden and sell them on eBay as well. Delightful. Well, there you go. And Lila's little
haul. My haul. I don't
coin
need that.
haul.
I don't need that.
Let's
at all.
stick that in the bin.
Let's.
There we go.
Thank you.
Jolly good. So we finally had some of our favourite paintings come back from the framers, and they look absolutely incredible. He's done such a good job. I think he's local to Chipping Norton, so in case you're looking for any really lovely antique frames to be made, I'll leave his details down below for anyone that might be local. But where they're so big and heavy, it's kind of tilting away from the wall a little bit, so I almost need to get like even a bit of blue tack and pull it out at the bottom so that it lies a little bit more straight, but still looks really good and just kind of draws everything in together, the wood of the frame and the wood of the side table here. Okay, my first moment of calm to actually come and vlog properly. Today has been one of those days. We had our trip to Oxford earlier, and this afternoon the house has just been full. This has been a little bit crazy. I think my brother is driving over here as well, so I don't know if we're going out together tonight or what. It's just been one of those days, and I'm kind of craving doing something just really normal. Like, this is the weirdest thing ever, but I'm actually craving doing the laundry, just putting on a few loads of washing, folding away the washing that's in the dining room at the moment, and just, you know, doing things that my brain doesn't need to think about that will make me feel productive. So honestly, that is what my Friday evening is going to consist of this week, and actually I'm okay with that. I was watching Lauren Grace, and she was saying that her and her boyfriend get into bed at 8 o'clock to go to bed at 8:30, and I was like, thank goodness I'm not the only one. And Charlie and I will literally be, to be honest, we'll normally get into bed between 8:30 and 9. We come upstairs at 8:30. That's when Dexter and Dickens start looking at us and saying, come on, it's treat time, you guys go to bed now, Mum and Dad. And yeah, we'll get into bed, and I normally do maybe like 20 minutes of pampering, slowly cleansing my skin. Normally I'll have taken my makeup off earlier in the day, do my red light while Charlie has his pampering shower, and then we'll watch something. So yeah, I'm just quite craving a normal Friday evening, but I don't know if we're going out with my brother, so who knows. Anyway, I'm gonna go and do my laundry, and I'm so excited about it. honestly feel like I've just done half an hour of meditation or something. Just mindless folding of laundry, but I do feel like it's calmed me a little bit, which is great. I've got a couple of pairs of shoes here, which are potentially going to be my gardening shoes for the foreseeable future. A very important piece of footwear, therefore. They're from, both pairs are from Doc Martin. My current, I would say, like scruffy shoes, which Charlie and I both got ourselves a pair literally April 2020 when we first moved here, and then we noticed that the staff at Soho Farmhouse wear the exact same pair. That might be why sometimes Charlie gets asked where the loos are and things when we go there. But mine, they're still going strong. I don't need to replace them, and I will still use them as my like mega scruffy, muddy dog walk, you know, that kind of shoe. But I did also think a new pair or two might be nice. So this feels not very me, doesn't it? But to be honest, living out here where it's muddy, you need practical, you need grippy soles, you need something that's going to keep your feet warm when you're outside gardening. These honestly are perfect. So the style name, I'm actually not too sure, but I will leave these linked down below. Oh, they've actually got a zip on both sides. So zip here and zip here, which I probably will only need to use the internal zip. My current ones do not have a zip, but then they've also got a fluffy lining, which just keeps your feet so warm. I've been asked whether mine are comfortable. Maybe the first like 2 or 3 times I found them a bit stiff, but then they really do soften and like mold to your foot, and then they become the most comfortable shoes for gardening, for dog walking, for errand running, for various countryside pursuits. So this is the kind of more obvious version. And then we do like a wild card. Now, if you'd have shown Josie 5 years ago, prior to moving to the Cotswolds, this next pair of shoes, I think she would have flung them at your forehead because they are so not the kind of thing that I would ever reach for. I would have thought they were so dorky and quite frankly hideous. If Freddie were to see these, she would say, "Josie, they're hideous." And I know, I know. Here they are. They are Doc Martin mules, kind of like Birkenstock style. So they have, this just gets even dorkier. They have got a Velcro strap at the back, but I'm actually planning on potentially, I wish it was removable, I might actually remove the strap, because a lot of the time I'm just nipping in the house, to the greenhouse, to the bottom of the garden, to the cut flower garden, and I need a sturdy outdoor shoe that I can just slip on and off, unless I leave the Velcro quite loose. Maybe that's the solution. I just don't really think I need the Velcro at all, so I might take a scalpel or something to this little bit of leather and ditch the back strap altogether. But honestly, it's really dorky how much use I will get out of these. The fact that they do just slip on, and yet the tightness of them means that yeah, I definitely can ditch that strap. I'm never going to go jogging in them. I never need to move particularly fast when I'm in the garden. But you know, if Dickens is howling at someone at the bottom of the garden, I just need something that I can slip on really quickly and then slip off again so that I don't bring mud into the house. So without the strap, these are perfect. I'm going to see if Charlie's got a really sharp knife. I know it seems weird to hack them, but you know, and you just know that you'll use something more when you can slip them on. So there we go, 2 very practical, in many people's eyes not very stylish, and I would agree. I think these can be styled quite nicely, like even with what I'm wearing now, dark brown leggings and just a cozy country fleece, albeit an elevated one because it's Holland Cooper. The mules, I can't even make up an excuse for them. They are undeniably dorky, but I will use them a lot for my nipping in and out the garden. So to Josie of 5 years ago, I'm sorry. This is who I am now. They look so dorky, but I know they're going to be so perfect. The fact that my leggings are all creased up just, adds to the dorkiness. Right, It's actually the 1st of March today, which by my books is the 1st of spring. So we're going to start our tradition of our evening garden walks. It's about 6 o'clock and it's still light, which is heavenly. Absolutely wonderful. The sun has just gone down, but let's investigate. Is there something wrong with my camera lens here? Okay, it is time to take my makeup off for the day. It's about 6:30. I think we are going to have a non-atonda pasta for our dinner tonight, and we're going to find a nice film to watch on Netflix. It's nice to come up and take my makeup off while Charlie's cooking, and then I can just watch something on YouTube. At this time of year, I'm watching lots of my favourite gardeners on YouTube, so I'm going to watch Ben from Grow Veg telling me what he's growing in his garden from seed in March, now that we're in the busy growing month. So that is my ultra exciting Friday evening. I will see you guys in the morning. Less than perfect. But it would appear, sir, that your ear is flipped. Shall I adjust it for you? Oh, thank you, Mummy. You're such a scruffy boy. Good morning, my darlings. It's Saturday. Actually, it's Saturday afternoon. It has been quite a lovely, leisurely morning. Reformer Pilates, and then I also did an hour-long session in the gym using the Peloton gym app, which I've spoken about before. And honestly, if you don't want to get a personal trainer but you just want some inspiration on a routine that you can follow using weights in the gym, and it doesn't need to be the big barbell, it can be hand weights, which actually I'd recommend. If you've not got someone watching over you, don't go for the barbell, go for the hand weights. And it just takes you through a routine at your own pace. You listen to your own music, and it's just like step by step. I love doing them. Not that the reformer wasn't tough enough, but I was waiting for Charlie, so I thought I'd just do a full gym session as well, because that boy does mega long workouts. And then we had a nice brunch there, so it's already after lunchtime. The rest of the day we are spending at home. I'm already excited for dinner because tonight we're basically going to do an at-home version of our favourite Hawksmoor meal. So we've picked up some delicious steaks from the butcher's. We're going to do mac and cheese, we're going to do cream spinach. It's going to be just absolutely amazing, literally recreating our Hawksmoor meal that we had a couple of weeks ago. But first, it's a little bit drizzly today. I think it's going to be nice tomorrow. But I really want to do a certain task today, and this is an outdoor task, but it's something that you can do whether or not you've got a garden. If you just want to bring a little bit of the joy of growing things in spring into your house, then I would definitely recommend doing this. I'm basically going to be potting up some beautiful bulbs, making them look gorgeous, and you can put them on your dining table, you can put them on your kitchen worktop. I think you could put them on your windowsills. Even in a tiny London apartment, this is just a lovely way of bringing nature inside, especially if you have got a nice dining table and maybe you want to do like a bit of a natural kind of tablescape, then these would just be perfect, and in my opinion a lot better value than cut flowers as well, because you get the joy of the bulb growing for weeks and weeks on end, and they just look gorgeous. So we'll do that together. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm just going to gather a few of my tools from the greenhouse, and then we're going to go on a little walk. There is a woodland very near us, only like 5-minute walk away, so I'll take the boys and we're just going to pick some moss, because moss is required for the tops of the pots. So that is what we're going to get up to this afternoon. Okay, so we're fully togged up. I've got the boys and Lila in tow, And we're just going to pop into this little woodland area. Oh, there's a dog coming. Let me just pop you on your leads, and then we'll do some moss collecting. I'll just show you how easy this is. This is a tree, it's quite knobbly, but I've just brought a little trowel with me, and you just kind of start it off. Sometimes you get nice big bits, sometimes they're a bit smaller, and just gently tease it away from the tree. Sometimes you get a little bit bigger than that, and that's great. Just keep it in there, and this will just help to keep the moisture in and be visually beautiful in our pots. Lila's scratching away with some scissors. Not sure what the best technique is, but we seem to be doing a good job. Dexter and Dickens are helping. Are you cleaning your paws? There's really no point, Dexy. We're going back the same muddy way. Oh, that's a good bit. Emerge. Hello, Dexy! Oh. Dickens is not impressed. Oh, Dicky's trying so hard to ignore it. Hello. I've still got my helper with me, she's behind the camera, and we're going to now use our freshly foraged moss. We did well, we've got an entire trug full. Here's one I made earlier, Blue Peter style. So this one actually did have daffodils in it. You might remember when we had the Sunday roast a few weeks ago. It looked a lot happier then because it was fresh. But dry. Yeah, it's got a bit dry now. But to be honest, this is over, so this can actually just get planted out in the garden now. But this is what they will look like. So it's going to be a beautiful bulb in a nice antique pot with some moss on. Now I think I filmed a really quick clip earlier at Daylesford to show you that when they're pre-made up like that, they're £15, whereas I bought, I think, 5 of these for £5, and we bought a load of these, and each of the bulbs themselves are £2.50, so a lot better value. And I always just think it's nice to make things yourself, and I was thinking this would make a really nice Mother's Day gift as well, a little DIY if you've got pots which you can get from antique centres and bulbs. So it's very easy. We're going to squeeze the pots to get the bulbs out. We're going to put some little, you could put in a bigger pot some gravel down at the bottom. Sometimes I just grab gravel from the edge of the greenhouse because it's there for drainage. Stick it in the bottom of your pot for a little bit of drainage. Pop some soil / compost in there, or as Americans call it, potting mix. We call it compost. What were we laughing about the other day?
Turning circles.
Turning circle. They're not roundabouts in America, they're turning circles. So we've got some drainage in the bottom, and then we'll put our bulb in, and then we'll fill the gaps with compost. We'll add some moss on the top, which will just help to keep all the moisture in and make it look really pretty. I'm actually going to try filming this for what are you doing? Chopping up the compost? Yeah. I'm going to try filming this for a little short, and I bought this hilarious gadget which I saw advertised on TikTok. And what you do, this is so funny, Chloe and Charlie were having a real laugh at me yesterday. You put it around your neck, and then you like magnetise your phone onto it, but I need it to be the other way round. So I don't really know. I need to twist it.
Is there enough magnet on it?
Yeah.
Let me have a light.
Let's see. I need it like...
No, the other way, because you can't... Yeah, that way.
Yeah, but there's not a magnet that side. There's the bloody magnet. Oh, right.
Now what do you do? Now you have to turn...
Oh, that's upside down. Okay.
The camera needs to be the other way.
On my face.
Yes, it is.
I need the whole thing to be the other way around.
So what's the idea of this then? To film your face?
No, so I can see what's on the screen, and then I can be like filming stuff down there, but I don't want to film my face. We've cracked it, and I'm now a professional filmer. So if you start to see footage of my hands, then you'll know that I'm filming it on this, which is really handy, so you can literally see what I'm doing.
But you're not going to need both, are you?
Well, yeah, because this is filming for the vlog.
Oh,
this
right.
This is filming for like TikToks and shorts.
Oh, right.
But you guys on the vlog get to see how dorky I look behind the scenes. But anyway, let's get cracking. I'll film one in real life, and then when I'm good at it, or when we've got into the swing, we'll do it for the shorts. So, right. Okay, where's my bone broth?
Oh, it's around here.
Which I need to finish it.
Cold.
Oh, that's alright, I'll just down the last bit. We're warming ourselves up with some nice lukewarm bone broth.
I finished mine. Well, the bottom dry,
Ooh,
as we say.
lovely. Right.
So which ones do you want crocks in?
The larger ones, I reckon.
Where there's a big hole, really.
Yeah. Okay, so step one, as we mentioned, fill the bottom with a few little pebbles. Yeah. You can literally grab them from the sides of the street, to be honest. I actually don't know what these various bulbs are, but it doesn't matter because they'll all be pretty.
Oh wow, very popular.
We'll keep these because they're handy.
Yeah.
And if this one isn't particularly, but if it is root bound, you can just loosely tug at them, and then they'll keep growing instead of just growing into themselves. Yeah. There we go. This is a good sized pot. Try and make it so that the flower is coming out of the middle, like so.
Let's just put the compost around it first.
Aye.
You might have to just use your fingers, really.
Yeah.
Have you got your gloves on?
No.
Put the pot in the truck, darling.
Oh yes. And then fill in gaps with compost. See, if I had my phone around my neck now, this would be a great shot, wouldn't it? Prod it down. There we go, so it's all compacted in with some nice compost. Now we'll give it a water.
No.
Yeah, give it a water first, no?
No, I think the compost is wet enough. I think
Yeah.
I would put your moss on,
Okay.
and then a gentle water, and then you're watering the moss in as well.
Okie dokie. And then we're taking little bits of moss and just placing gently around the edge, which you can't see. Just carefully positioning loosely and approximately. See, we didn't even really need these big bits.
No, just small bits.
Around the edge. And it doesn't need to be too perfect. If you've got a bit dangling over the edge, that just adds to the flavour. Prod it down, and then we'll pop it somewhere ready to be watered.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Right, let's get cracking. Okay, I just filmed my first potting with my, what am I going to call it, my neck tripod. And actually, I think it was a great success. I can't believe how dorky I look, and you guys will know what a plonker I looked like when filming that little short. So if you've got TikTok and you've seen it, or if you've seen it as a little YouTube short, please leave a comment saying we know how you did this, or something like that, if and when you see the short that's clearly been created using my wireless neck tripod. Absolutely hilarious, but it works, hallelujah. So there we go. Hopefully you'll see a bit of a jazzy new version of my short videos. But anyway, Mum's just gone to find some more pots, and I've actually just seen we've got a couple of really good sized ones here. I didn't think it was spider season, but there seems to be quite a lot of little spiders in here today, which is not ideal. If I can find this again, because it was one of those weird adverts, then I'll leave it linked down below in case there's any other content creators that are watching, want to film hands-free videos. I can also use it just to prop my phone up there. Anyway, right, I'm gonna get cracking. I do also have a slightly larger, lower little terracotta thing, and you could do, not a bulb lasagna, but you could do a few different bulbs in this one, which could be quite a nice little variation. Yay, you got some.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, let's get going. Okay, half an hour later, you can't really tell, but I have quickly tidied the greenhouse, and we have got down here some freshly watered mossed bulb pots, and yeah, I'm really happy with these. We've saved ourselves a lot of money from doing it DIY rather than buying them pre-made, and they'll just look so lovely whether it's on a dining table or on a windowsill or on a kitchen counter. So I'm just going to let them drip overnight, and I'll come and collect them and move them around the house tomorrow. Now I've brought my secateurs or my scissors out because next thing on my agenda, I'm going to be making some homemade béarnaise sauce for with our steak to recreate our Hawksmoor. So first of all, we need to go and get some garden herbs. So our herb bed is actually not looking too bad. It's not looking its best, but it could be worse. So béarnaise is normally made with tarragon. Now I don't think I've got any tarragon, so the next best thing is probably rosemary. This one's looking nice and juicy, so we don't need too much. Maybe I'll stick in a little bit of thyme as well, because thyme makes everything better, and then we'll get started. Okay, my darlings, this is going to be my first time attempting to make béarnaise sauce, but on the Thermomix app it says easy, so I'm feeling confident. Obviously you can do this without a Thermomix, but I have one, so of course I'm going to use it. The ingredients in a béarnaise sauce, as I mentioned, it's normally tarragon, but generally herbs, you know, it's just going to be a slight change of flavour. So we've got plenty of freshly cut rosemary from the garden. You need 4 egg yolks. We've got some fresh eggs from the farm shop this morning. You need half a shallot or onion, some unsalted butter, and then we've got some white wine vinegar. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to take the leaves off the rosemary stalks, and you can do this quite easily just by pulling down. And in this recipe, we're actually keeping the stalks because this is going to add some flavour to a later stage of the recipe. So first of all, just collecting all the leaves into a little bowl. And the first thing to do, now that we've got the leaves, is to chop these up so that they're basically rosemary dust. So I've blitzed up my rosemary leaves. The next thing I'm going to do is add into here about, I don't know, this much onion. It's about 80 grams. That's going to go in the mixing bowl. I'm going to essentially chop it in here, and then we're going to add in our white wine vinegar and saute the onions in the white wine vinegar. So in the Thermomix at the moment, we've got onion, which is now chopped, and the white wine vinegar. So again, you could have done this without the Thermomix, just chopping an onion by hand, and then on a stovetop add in your white wine vinegar. At this stage, the recipe is asking for the stems, so this is going to add an infusion of flavour. Maybe I just need to break those in half. And then we're going to cook this, let's see how long for. Simmer for just under 5 minutes at 100 degrees. So again, this is something that you could do on your stovetop in a saucepan. Okay, so in the Thermomix, I have got my onions and my rosemary sprigs, which have been sauteing in the white wine vinegar. Now I only want the juices from this concoction, and the rest of it I can ditch, so I'm just going to strain it. Okay, so this is what I want, the reduced vinegar mixture. The rest of this can go in the bin. Now this is where you realise quite how unhealthy the things that you love to have in a restaurant can be, because this recipe now calls for 180 grams of butter. My Daylesford stick of butter is only 160 grams, so I'm going to be putting all of this in and a little bit more, and I'm adding this into the Thermomix with that reduced mixture, so it's all going to kind of melt down together along with my 4 egg yolks. It's a little bit big, so I'm just going to slice this down to start with. Okay, for 10 minutes this has been thickening, so if you were to do this on the hob it would just be slowly stirring and making sure it doesn't go lumpy, and it's all a really beautiful mixture now. I'm going to add in my reserved chopped leaves from earlier, and I guess it's just a case of stirring them together, and then you can serve this either hot or warm. So blending the mixture with my chopped up leaves from earlier. I've taken it off the motor, and there we go. This is our homemade béarnaise sauce. We're going to have to give it a taste test. I feel like when they serve it in a restaurant it's normally not hot, but I might be wrong. I'm excited to give this a try. That genuinely tastes like a restaurant béarnaise. Yay! I love figuring out how to make things from scratch. It just makes you feel really proud of yourself that you didn't just go and buy a packet. That is delicious. Can't wait to smother my steak in that. So obviously a big part of a Hawksmoor steak dinner is the mac and cheese, and you all know that I like rigatoni with my mac and cheese because I like the pasta tubes to get full of cheese sauce. But when it is a side dish to your steak, especially when you've got a scrumptious béarnaise sauce, Hawksmoor use a much smaller macaroni. So that's what we're going to be using today, the little macaronis. And I'm not gonna lie, their mac and cheese recipe is very similar to mine. However, they use no less than 5 cheeses in their mac and cheese. So the usual suspects, the Parmesan and the cheddar. They also use one that I've not heard of before. It's called Ogleshield, and then they also use a blue cheese, so a Stickleton or a Colston Bassett. I don't have the Ogleshield or any blue cheese, tragically, because was it in this vlog? I think I snuffled it yesterday, whoopsie-daisy. So we'll just go with the others that we've got, and I'm going to add in some Gruyere as well, because clearly the more cheese the better. I'm going to have a little look in the bread bin, see if I can make some breadcrumbs for on top as well, because that is the piece de resistance. Charlie wants to take charge of making the mac and cheese today, which I will allow, but we're going to loosely follow, well, pretty much the usual recipe, but it's the Hawksmoor recipe, alongside a pinch of ground nutmeg as well. We're also going to do some kale and some spinach, which is very similar to the spring green sides that we had on our date night last week. So yay, really happy with the sauce. I'm going to pop this in a little bowl and probably just keep it on the Aga until we're ready to eat our steaks later. This new mac and cheese technique then, darling?
Right. So obviously we use bechamel sauce for lots of different things, but I think, and I've seen this online, I've tried it before, when you're making mac and cheese and you're using this, which is like mini rigatoni, which I think when you're making mac and cheese you've got to consider, is a mac and cheese the main dish or is it a side dish? With a steak it's a side dish. I personally prefer mac and cheese with like rigatoni or bigger pasta if it's a main dish. Is that the same as you?
Uh-huh.
Whereas, because this is a side dish, and then we want it nice and coated. So what we're going to do is we are going to
mix it separately.
Mix it in like this, and then put it so it gets nice and coated.
Good idea. And then we've got, for the top, but what Hawksmoor recommend is that you actually bake it for 8 minutes without a topping, then bring it out, and then add your parmesan and breadcrumb topping.
Towards the end.
Yep.
Yeah, do you know what? That's a very good point, because the last few times we've done a cauliflower cheese, it burns a bit on the top before it's actually ready. So that is another little thing that... Right.
This also gives us
more in there.
a fantastic opportunity to try it.
If you don't make a bit of mess while making a mac and cheese, you're not doing it properly.
Yeah, it tastes like a Swiss mac and cheese.
Is that good?
Yeah, like proper cheese.
Right.
Nice. And yes, this size is our side portion because his lordship is very hungry. And I keep... our version of the Hawksmoor dinner that we had last week. So I've got a fillet steak, we've got our spring greens, kale and spinach, delicious looking mac and cheese. The béarnaise went a little bit funny. I think maybe we had it on the Aga too long. I'm sure
we had it at the back of the Aga, and I wonder if the egg has split or something.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Hopefully it'll taste as good as it did when I trialed it earlier. It looks fantastic. And Charlie thinks he's going to eat all of the rest of this mac and cheese, because I'm not letting any go to waste. We have defeated the steak and macaroni cheese. We did cook far too much macaroni cheese. I was right, but never mind. It was absolutely scrumptious.
For everyone's benefit, I am going to confess that you were very much right. But it's, do you know what? It was because I was so hungry. It's a bit like, have you ever been to the supermarket? Which I have actually also got another confession.
I've already told them.
Yeah, but I'm also I was gonna own up to it. I've actually been into the supermarket twice.
I know.
So I've been to an M&S
I saw the waitress
and a Waitrose. But the reason being, there were just certain things we could physically not get. We're still prioritising farm shops. So I haven't been to a supermarket this week.
Jolly good. Anyway, we're not here to talk about supermarkets, although...
No, but have you ever been to a supermarket hungry? Because you end up with so many things you don't need. Yeah.
I was planning on doing a full, like...
I'm getting mugged off here.
Unboxing experience review of the, I'm going to call it the viral Waitrose cracking pistachio Easter egg. The packaging looks like this. I'll pop it on the screen here. Because so many of you, and that's not an exaggeration, literally maybe over 100 of you have sent it to me on Instagram saying, Josie, this is the Easter egg you need to try. And I bought it a couple of weeks ago, and I was planning on saving it till Easter, but I just opened the fridge and saw this. So clearly,
I think Dexy got to it somehow.
I'd hope not. And by the way, thank you for all of your kind words of support regarding Dickens, who, yes, I'm talking about you, who didn't even get a bad tummy after eating all the chocolate last week. He is an absolute naughty boy. And yes, I'm very much...
a very small amount, but it
he
is a
can't
lesson,
have eaten much, yeah.
It is a lesson.
It's a lesson to just not have chocolate anywhere that he can possibly get to, even though he's not normally allowed upstairs and can't normally get upstairs.
Do you know what the blessing was? That it was not proper chocolate?
No.
Like this isn't proper chocolate.
No.
Moving on to the verdict on that. Obviously I have eaten half of it. The pistachio chocolate's quite nice.
Yeah.
The other chocolate is awful.
Really?
Yeah, well, you see what you think, but then...
Okay, well, I thought I would try it. So did you actually have to crack open, like...
No, it was also really disappointing. I'm really sorry
to all YouTube... This is
why
I wanted to do the full review.
I'm sorry. Okay, it was literally 2 eggs. So what I love about a Cadbury's...
I'll start with the crap one.
But the Cadbury's egg is it's sealed.
Yeah.
Whereas this was already just 2 halves and 2 halves.
So the 2 halves were not joined together.
Sorry, the pistachio egg was entirely an egg.
I was
the two
expecting
halves.
these bits to be like a nut opening. Were they not?
I was about to tell you.
Oh, go on then.
So the two halves were separate, and then that was in the middle. It was super underwhelming to unbox. Had I known you were going to do it on YouTube, I would have obviously not done it. I didn't realise that. It's been in the fridge for like 2 weeks.
That's not very good.
That's what I'm saying to you. That's some of the worst chocolate I've ever eaten. I actually didn't eat some of it.
No. Like I was saying yesterday.
That's not bad though. That's interesting. But then
If I'm
equally,
going
that's
to eat
not
a treat, I mean, to be honest, I would actually eat that.
It's underwhelming though.
It is underwhelming.
But
Okay.
let's start a debate quickly in the comments. Because look, let's accept that all Easter eggs are not proper chocolate, okay? And that's what I'm saying about Dickens. If you'd actually got hold of a proper chocolate bar, we'd have been in trouble. But the reality is, all this, there's barely any cacao in this. Probably almost none. That's white chocolate, so that's got almost no cacao in it at all. It's basically sugar and milk, isn't it? Sugar and cream, sugar and milk?
The problem is, the standard that I have in my head for pistachio chocolate is that Daylesford bar that we had at Christmas.
That was outrageous.
That was
but it's also
outrageously
not chocolate.
amazing. This, for a high street, mass available pistachio chocolate, I would give it a 5 out of 10.
But that's awful.
I'd give this a 5 out of 10. I'd give this a 2 out of 10.
Do you know what? I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
What would you give a 9 out of 10?
This brand, not this specific bar, but this brand, I'd actually never discovered this brand before. Our friends Phil and Hannah bought us a hamper because we were having a bit of a tough week. No, this isn't pistachio, but it's called Montezuma's. And, I mean, this is 70% Coke. Is that how cacao is spelled?
I just got a more pistachio bit, by the way.
Is that how cacao is spelled?
No.
Cocoa, that's cocoa.
No.
Cocoa?
I've never seen it spelled like that before.
So this is 93% cacao mass, sugar, cacao butter, cacao nibs 7%. So it's all cacao basically. But this is quite, do you know what's weird? It's how we've been conditioned to eat chocolate that isn't chocolate. Because what's weird is, I would not be able to eat that, the whole bar, because it's so rich and strong. Yet you would easily be able to eat a whole dairy milk that size. But it's because it's not chocolate. But a kind of, an Easter egg comes to Easter egg, I'd actually rather the dairy milk one.
Yeah.
Anyway, comment below what your favourite Easter egg is. Mine is the dairy milk Cadbury's cream egg one. So the Cadbury's cream eggs aren't dairy
Cream
milk,
egg,
but the actual egg itself that comes with the 2 cream eggs is dairy milk. What's yours?
I just wish that this had been a little bit better. If this was Cadbury's dairy milk quality of Easter egg, with pistachio in the middle, it would be amazing. Did Daylesford do Easter eggs?
Oh, probably, but we probably need a new mortgage for them.
I think they do actually. In fact, I'm pretty sure I filmed some. Look how needy this boy is being.
Yeah.
If anyone else has a sausage dog, they do like the sausage dog
Look
cling,
at Bexy.
where they use their necks to like clamp onto you like so. But yeah, I thought what you were going to ask was the big chocolate debate. Do you keep it in the fridge?
Well, no, I was going to ask what everyone's favourite ones are.
Okay.
The chocolate in fridge debate, to me, I'm not even willing to have. Chocolate is just better in the fridge.
He's
I'm not even willing to have
the debate.
But you
Look
agree
at
with me,
my
don't you?
bunny.
Just quickly, you agree with me.
Oh, I do, yeah. This would be even more underwhelming. If it would be
Yeah, chocolate to me is... But what my whole point is, I guess, out of all of the things we talk about, chocolate is a treat. I actually, apart from that Montezuma's brand, I would rather often have the fake chocolate. But at least we know... The thing is, at least when you have a Cadbury's chocolate bar, you know it's not good for you, but it's a lovely little treat. It's not pretending to be something it's not, is it? Neither is this. Whereas, obviously, like all those other cereals and all that sort of stuff. But dairy milk, to me, chocolate is still great. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Although not good in America.
No, weird, huh?
Yeah.
Differently. If I just fancy a bit of chocolate in a day, I'll just eat some of my little cacao things that I get from Amazon. Those little keto, I think they're 100% cacao. These ones. Actually, I'm not even going to show you because one day I'll just go and they'll be gone.
No, I don't really crave that sort of thing.
He doesn't crave chocolate apparently.
No, I mean, this is what I mean. I crave the fake stuff sometimes.
Really?
That's my guilty pleasure, fake chocolate. And by that I mean dairy milk.
Yeah. Anyway.
This is healthy, look, I'm having a healthy...
You are, you're having
berries
and
and
yogurt.
mate.
And I'm going to have Waitrose pistachio chocolate. So, yeah, it's not exactly a glowing review. I think for a pistachio lover...
What would you give it out of 10? Because
Overall, I would give it a 5 out of 10.
I'd give it a 2 for everything.
Really?
I maybe would give it a 1.
Think how crap the majority of Easter eggs are.
Well, no, dairy milk, amazing. Cadbury's cream milk one, amazing.
And
12.
it was £14.
No, that's a 1 out of 10.
Oh.
I mean, look, okay, so first of all, the Cadbury's ones, I believe, come in tinfoil. That's a horrible amount of plastic. Number 2, that this chocolate is some of the worst chocolate I've ever tasted. Number 3 is the price. And number 4, unfortunately I didn't get to show you that, but the underwhelming nature of its construction. I mean, what's the positive about it?
The pistachio chocolate's not bad.
It's not bad. The pistachio chocolate is not bad.
No.
I'll give it 2 out of 10. 1.5 out of 10.
There we have it.
Dickens, what would you give it?
No, I give it 10 out of 10.
I absolutely love chocolate, even though I'm not allowed it.
You're not allowed it. Anyway, we've been rambling enough, darlings. I'm going to end the vlog here. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you very soon. What are you giving him?
I'm not. I dropped a tissue.
I thought you were giving him a berry. We'll see you very soon in the next one. Goodbye!